ride. The scoop on the belts and the rivalries brewing, tag teams exploding, legends renewing, from indie vibes to the big stage proving, every rumor nailed down, no chance of misconstruing. Catchphrases dropping like a pile driver move, Jake switch sharp, Cody's got the groove, they keep it real raw, never out of the loop, step into somewhere, the wrestling troupe. Calls a shot, Spaz breaks the game. Cody's in the fray, adding to the flame. Ladders they rise, fists hit the air. Chaos erupts without a care. AAA's warriors, NXT's pride. Only one walks with glory inside. Into somewhere we scream and shout, breaking it down, no shadow. Into somewhere where we breaking it down, CM Punk, John Cena tearing up the town. Broke half on fire, no one spit it better. Reef wing like a beast, no one does it clever. Cena through elbows, Punk through shade. Chains clang, bodies bang, rivalry displayed. Slanted to the chains like lions in the cage. Toronto crowd wild, unleash all the rage. In the summer, in the summer. The Garden's buzzing, New York feel electric. Punk's fist cracking, Seth's got a death wish, hectic. Cody says, man, Punk looking hungry tonight. Jake nods, but Seth flips, guts all in the fight. Roman stomps through, Rex plans in his strut. Tribal screen light flicker, Jake sitting low. Foot wrap tied like a story untold. Cody's voice cracks through the digital haze. Two guys chasing wrestling's maze. Broken foot, but the show rolls on. Jake's pain sings a quiet song. In the sun, where we all fall. Wrestling rumors, wrestling brawls. Jake and Cody calling it raw. In the somewhere breaking the wall. Eclipse a suplex, dreams and chair shot screams. Fans in the chat throwing wild extremes. Jake's got crutches but his spirit won't bow. Cody laughs, Jake wipes his brow. Yo, we clutch up in Toronto, elimination chamber. Steel cage set, it's cutthroat behavior.
What's going on, ladies and gents? Jake, aka Countdown Ended, back to you once again. Me and Cody are here. We're excited, and we've got Into Somewhere Weekly making up for our NXT review not being live last night. I apologize. I am still heavily medicated and full of stitches, but oh, this is still a bop. The kids still say that. I'm massively high and mildly infuriated. So, Cody, O'Needy316. What's going on, my good man?
Doing good. I know it's an early episode of Into Somewhere Weekly. My fault. You said you were going to find me. I don't know how much yet, but...
Well, I mean, we were celebrating your birthday, right? And so far, should we tell the viewers how it's not gone well?
Yeah, let's tell them.
Let's unveil this little tale. So what's going on, everybody? Welcome to Into Somewhere Weekly, where we'll be giving our predictions for TNA, AAA, and talking about a little bit of Clash in Paris, as well as some other things that are coming up. So we appreciate you guys hanging out with us. We're also featured on TikTok now. Yeah, buddy.
Hell yeah.
Up those numbers. I had the green screen set up. My wife put this up for my crippled ass, and it's still just not. It's everything's digitized. It's off. But any event, the first part of your birthday present is right here, and it's not a wine cork. It's a anal retriever. So if anything gets lost, like a gerbil, got you.
You said you were gonna retrieve something tonight from me. What was that about?
The gerbil. I mean, I want. Yeah, Lemmy Winks. I want him back.
Wait, I don't have that What gerbil? You didn't give me no gerbil.
We got to talk after the show. Those
Where
stomach
is
cramps.
It's in my house. Wait, that's the stomach cramps I'm getting.
It's not in your house. It's in your back
Did
pocket.
you place it in there last year when I had to get the?
No, this was at your recent. No. This was the other day at your birthday. I went ahead and I put the gerbil straight up in your. Yeah, so I had to. Sorry, but yeah, no. I went ahead and I tried to increase the quality of the show by getting you a nice microphone and to hook up to your phone. It so far has not been an easy process. So we ordered a Lightning to USB-C
It's
adapter.
becoming a tower right now.
And
like a wire tower.
just of adapters and switches and things. So we'll hopefully get the last Amazon delivery we'll need shortly, and we'll be able to see how this thing kicks off. But my God, I appreciate you folks, and I am just elated that I was gonna, do something nice for Cody. I was like, all right, I can do this. This makes me feel good. I wish I could do more for him because he deserves it. He's such a great friend and a really great guy. And hey, would you blow me? I went ahead and you got the adapter first, and I think you thought that was your gifts. You're like, hey, thanks, I appreciate it. Like you were so appreciative about it. For a fucking adapter, and you did not bat an eye once, and I appreciate loyalty. It will be rewarded. So I foolishly went ahead and oh my God, that's right, I totally forgot. King Ministry is chatter number 17. He won the WWE tickets. He'll be going to see Raw next week. Congratulations. You have to pay for them yourself on Ticketmaster, but you won them on the show live. So congratulations, buddy. All terms are final.
Yeah, that's a great giveaway. Like, just tell someone you won tickets, but that you have to pay for.
Yeah, well, I mean, they won. The soundboard's freaking out, but it's beyond a dongle, Obi-Wan Jabroni. I'm telling you, I was telling Mr. Cody Haywood Jablomi that Despot, see, even that sounds like it's silenced. What is going on with this? Everything's cursed. But the Mets aren't anymore, right?
They scored 13 runs last night.
See, I told you the Mecca like a high Mecca. Honey ho works. If only you knew the lore.
Before every game. Say that before every game because clearly it fucking worked because whatever you did before.
Yeah. None of the sound effects, Despot, you can't even hear it on TikTok. I got my mole on the inside letting me know. There's something going on. I have to go ahead and mess with it. I will see. Perhaps it's a wire issue, but my stoned ass is having too much of technical issues with my body. As is, I managed to fall and fuck myself up a little bit more, so I'm nice and bruised. And leave it to me. A couple hundred stitches later. So, long story, even longer. We went ahead. We got you the microphone. It came the second day. You were super appreciative that you didn't just get an adapter. And you were so nice about it. It was like heartbreakingly hilarious. I just wanted to show everybody you were like, thank you so much for a adapter that doesn't even fit my phone because they sent you the wrong one. And we even checked the order. I ordered the correct one. They sent you the wrong one. And then they said they cannot send you the new one because they don't have it in stock. It's on back order. And that's probably why they went ahead and...
Someone said, fuck the Mets. Let's go Phillies.
Uh-oh.
Now we're going to get on a rant.
Uh-oh, we're getting on fighting terms with you.
Listen to you about your bitch-ass Phillies. The Phillies, that team, got knocked out by the Mets last year in the playoffs, so thank you very much, and they will do it again. So fuck Philly. Thank you. No, you were
calling
saying.
them out. No, I mean, granted. So then we had to get a dongle tip to go on top of the adapter, right? So now you needed a USB-C to Lightning adapter. So we got that. But then we realized the microphone they gave you also came with the wrong cable. It didn't come with the mobile cable. It only came with the PC one, because that's our luck, I guess. So it went ahead and you said it works. It does turn on. It does function, but it has USB-A, and that's the fat bastard, the formerly fat Jake. It's hard to go ahead and deal with that. So we go ahead and
You were saying plug it in and turn it on. I thought you were talking about the wires, but then you were giving me instructions what to do.
No. Fuck the microphone. I was telling you, like, prepare. Like, I want you to like release. So this is not easy. This is going to be a test. I told you, if you want to be the permanent co-host, it's going to be something about the anesthesia messed with my brain, and I don't know what came back, but it's not all Jake. Granted, my poor wife is being tortured.
You and Bailey are going through the same thing.
You beat me to it. So people were thinking that she's going to be involved with the Wyatt Six, but that, in fact, is wrong. A couple hundred stitches later, she is having a split personality gimmick. She's crazy. She's losing her mind. She's going to be the Joker Sting from TNA. Ooh, remember that? He did deliver it well. It was very stupid creative, but
that's what I was about to say.
He portrayed it so well, and he was so dedicated to fucking with Bischoff and Hogan on a regular basis that it really was entertaining as all hell after the fact. I didn't watch TNA all like a year before Hogan came in, so 2009-ish is when I stopped. And take care, King Ministry. Glad you got your tickets. Oh, wow, that's a congratulations. Tell Nick that is huge. Congratulations. He got accepted to college to play on their sports team. That's incredible for their esports team. Holy shit. Never mind sports team. To play on an esports team, you're getting drafted to college? Joker, baby. That's insane. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Thank you guys for being here and hanging out with us.
Is that Liz that said, I hope Mets and Phillies both lose in the playoffs this year?
Uh-oh.
That's funny because the Braves aren't making the playoffs at all. That's great. That's great. I'm sorry.
Hey,
anyway.
I don't have a dog in this fight, but I was talking to a 3D animator, and he does some amazing work. So maybe we can upgrade some things around here. That would be pretty fantastic. We don't know what's possible, but we are growing. The numbers are going up, and we appreciate.
It's not the guy from Home Depot again, right?
No, Manny's not coming back. Remember when I said no ice?
Yeah.
I wasn't talking about soda.
Oh, were you talking about?
Manny's gone.
Oh no, you sent him on a trip to California.
Guadalajara, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So who's ice? Not like
so we managed somehow. I have I think 2 followers on this TikTok, as we just linked in the YouTube chat, but they were gracious enough to allow me to stream on their platform. So thank you, TikTok, for doing so. And if you guys would like to go ahead and follow us there, that would help out immensely. Go ahead and do so. So it's Jake.Countdown ended. Yes, indeed. I've got a bunch of our shorts going up. And you know what's great about TikTok is that their copyright is quite different compared to what you get in the YouTube universe. So you managed to go ahead and I don't want to say get away with more, but you could have more freedom of fair use. So like I put up a short with Malachi Black returning and me reacting to it, and even a second of footage, WWE is like, hey, you going to jail, do not pass go, do not collect $200. And that's what it ends up being. So I don't know why the soundboard is just not having a good time. You come in crystal clear, so I know it's not the headphones, but I'm having bad luck. You know, it's been a series of days, but I'm glad to hear and see that we're looking, sounding, and coming through loud and clear everywhere. So thank you
We're
guys for
coming
liking,
through?
follow. Oh,
I mean,
when's the last time you got some? Because the goonerness is just oozing out of you tonight. I'm telling you. I mean,
you started it with turning it on and plugging it in, and then
I was just trying to get your dongle to work. All right.
whoa,
I said
whoa,
if
whoa,
I
whoa.
got your dongle off, you would go ahead and be happy for your birthday. And
you were talking about blowing things that weren't whistles, so
yeah.
I don't know.
Speaking of, I said to my wife before she's cleaning, I was like, hey, being, funny. I was like, blow me. And she came by with my hair. Oh, why do you have to be literal? Terrible.
Ah,
Granted, I the inadequate dongle of Suro Needy. I'm not sure about that, but what I do know is that TNA has been excellent for quite a long time. I mean, it's not always a home run, but it's got at least something you'll thoroughly enjoy on there and nothing you'll totally hate. And I think that's pretty much the best we can ask for in 2025. It's not a high bar, it's not a super jump of a hurdle, but compared to what we were getting from TNA for a very long time. I mean, when they went to Impact and they started to, they brought Bobby Lashley back and Killer Cross and had some angles like that. It worked a little bit better, and then they got stuck with the stupid what was Jeff Jarrett's green rope federation's name? It was with a G. Geo4s, something like that. Someone will recall it, but it was just a money sink Ponzi scheme kind of thing that never went anywhere allegedly. Yeah, but I'm glad, Apple makes a lightning to USB-C cable when they switched to USB-C. It pissed everyone off. I know they do. I ordered the cable and then it just didn't arrive. And then I got the adapter hoping that would work. And then we got the adapter to the adapter, but that didn't work. So now I have a express order from Amazon. It's supposed to be there between 4 and 7. So this is like peak middle time here. Global Force Wrestling. Thank you, Geo Force. I was in the realm of sounding. Ugh. So yeah, all in all, NXT was a hell of an episode. I'm not sure if you saw any or all of it. I know you saw a little bit, but I don't know how much you got to actually witness. You and I both were pretty high on Raw. We went ahead and gave Raw a 7 out on your end, a 7.5 from me here, and it was a good show. It felt bigger than it has in quite a bit. It was lacking the week after SummerSlam. What's that?
you said it felt bigger.
It did. It felt bigger, and
You texted me last night about something about bigger always better. I don't know if that was
that's a
for
fact.
me or
well, that was going to my wife, but Cody, Courtney, a few shots of whiskey. You two kind of even look alike.
Oh, we do.
I mean,
your head after your
from behind.
Whoa, wait. I mean, you told me you look like.
It was a good thing I had you sign those papers because this would be definitely an HR nightmare. So August 12th, 2025 on the CW, we had NXT last night doing very well for themselves. And I enjoyed this very, very much so. It was not anything spectacular, but it certainly did its job. They built up, pretty well, and I was thoroughly entertained. Now, did you get to see any of it at this point? Besides the one clip I sent you?
No.
Okay. So at least I can kind of fill you in. I was trying to see if the ratings were out yet for NXT, but I don't see them yet. We will be you know what? We'll do it now really quick before we get into NXT. What's going on, Casey? We go ahead and have tonight on AEW, the AEW World Champion Hangman Adam Page and MJF meet face to face. And don't forget, we will be covering All Out Toronto. We're going to be trying to cover more Dynamites regularly and incorporate that into somewhere weekly. It'll be an attempt will be made. Adam Copeland is taking on Stokely Hathaway, so that's going to be something. Moxley is taking on Kevin Knight, How the Mighty Have Fallen. And then the every belt champion now, I think at some point she's just going to blow out her hip trying to carry all those things around her. It's so comical with how ridiculous
Can we talk
it
about
is.
this? Speaking about her, we're going to discuss something about creative control a little bit. So, remember how the whole beef between JD from New York and Sean Ross Sapp about creative control or creative input, all that jazz?
Yes.
So, funny
how could you forget?
enough, Fightful the other day put out a report that MVP said the Hurt Syndicate refused to lose to FTR, Speedwell McBailey, and etc. Right? You heard about that?
Yes,
So,
and we brought it up briefly on Raw, and then we went ahead and mentioned how they filmed a skit with each other in Speedball's blog. So they worked. They gave a shoot to a work and a work into a shoot.
Yeah,
brother.
brother.
But yes, continue.
So therefore, MVP doing all that and Tony Khan snorting his coke and listening, yes, sir. Doesn't that give MVP creative control?
I don't think so. I think what it is that I don't think anybody has creative control. I think
you don't think so?
I honest to God do not believe so. I would almost be so certain to bet my life on it. Do you catch my drift off the record?
I don't know if I can catch that drift because I believe that they do.
Well, here's the thing. It's not creative control in anyone's contract, but I don't want to say Tony's impressionable, but he certainly wants friends and wants to be liked, just like everybody does. Everybody wants to, and I don't know if people know how to politic their way because certain people did that before. I'm not accusing. I'm just saying, and the friendships may be genuine, and there might be people not approaching Tony and saying, what do you think about this? Maybe Mercedes is going to him and be like, I want to do this, and this. And he was like, yeah, sure. You know, he has been notorious, Cody, for going with numerous bad ideas. How many bad creative moments have they scrapped like the next episode because he listened to whatever the wrestlers wanted to do?
When you consider that creative control, though, because he's not telling them no. He's afraid to tell them no, I think. He just wants to be friends with everyone.
He doesn't want to upset anybody. I could see that being a reality, but I mean, he's also their boss, so it's an interesting dynamic. I'm not trying to fence it intentionally, but I genuinely don't know.
I get what you're saying.
I just feel like no one is having that written in their contract. And I mean, Cody went ahead to such an extent to prove he didn't have anything like that he basically pigeonholed himself into never being a world champion in his own company, because he was like, everybody said, oh, the EVPs are just going to give themselves all the belts. And Jericho held the title first. And then what, you know, who was the first SCU was the tag champs, I believe. And it was certainly an interesting time, but Cody just he ruined his momentum by being unable to ever challenge for the title. It should have just been while Jericho held it. You know, they should have been smart. But if he had turned heel in the company, he could have went back on his word. That would have been a good idea. But that's not what he wanted to do. And even up to this day, the 13th of August, you know, 2025, we went through SummerSlam, everything. Is there going to be a double turn? John Cena says fuck this. Travis Scott sucks. Creative sucks. Paul Heyman confirmed this. He said it on the Ariel Helwani show that Travis didn't put the work in, rubbed people the wrong way, and after that slap to the ear, it was not that he was, a made man in a negative sense, but like he didn't do anything to make right for it. And from there, it just seemed to escalate in the sense of him.
Could you imagine
not
you
responding.
planning this retirement tour a year out, and then The Rock goes and fucks it all up for you?
Well, interestingly enough, I love the way that you're just the segue master tonight, because you and I are going to be having a special episode of the UCR podcast tomorrow. And we don't always discuss wrestling on there, but you posed a great question about, who's better as a face and a heel with certain names. And I don't want to name names yet, but we will start with John Cena, because that is one of the things I really want to delve into and dissect. They damaged his retirement tour immensely by not having any true creative idea for a heel turn. Their only metric was, let's blow the Mark's brains out of their head by going and shocking the world, baby. Woo, let's do it. And I mean, I was shocked, certainly. How could you not be? It was nuts. I admit it. Spaz was there in Toronto,
In the Dome?
In the Dome. He's going to be back there too, but he was just there for Lincoln Park. I'm having surgery. He's at Lincoln Park. I'm going to smack that bitch up, Prodigy style.
Oh, yeah.
Granted,
Good.
I'm slowly getting out of the camera more and more as I get more into the muscle relaxers and just slowly melt into my chair. Oh, God, I am just a terrible host. I apologize, folks. I'm a mess. You know what's funny? My poor pillow is just covered in blood. I didn't realize I was bleeding, and I have this squishmallow that my daughter and wife had gotten me a while back. And I believe it was either birthday or Father's Day, one of the two. My brain. And then I woke up and the thing was pretty well marred in blood. And I mean, it's got some, some of it came out, but oops. Granted. Yeah, so we're going to have an episode of UCR tomorrow, unfiltered, completely random. It's going to be great. And from there, I want to go ahead and start off with our main topic tonight, which is the NXT review. I know we delved around everything for a minute, but we made our way back. And thank you, everyone, for joining, hitting the like button, hanging out with us. I appreciate you all chatting. And as I get better on TikTok and Twitter interactions, we get these things better prepared. I'll be better able to interact with those chats as well. So there's going to be some plugins coming and whatnot. Give it time. I'm working on it. My glasses have been missing for days and we just found them. So that's a positive. At least now I can see when setting up this stuff. Lash Legend and Nia Jax. I had expectations.
I was not talking there for a second. I was losing my voice.
Oh. You're back, buddy. Don't you lose your voice yet, because it says that cable's on its way. We're gonna try and do this on the show. I mean, we'll see. So you need to watch this. I cannot overstate how fun this match was. Excuse me. I know it's weird in a way to merit a match on the fun scale, but genuinely, I enjoyed this thoroughly, and it made me kind of like a giddy excited with how hard they were laying into each other. Nia, early on, hit Lash with a friggin' mafia kick that I thought was going to crush her skull in. Dumps her to ringside, like not being overly rough and injuring anybody. Like, no, she's doing it in a way where it looks horrific. She's laying it in a little bit, but Nia's improved immensely. I mean, it is stellar. Yeah, she just
I've been saying that.
You have. You sang her praises
Planet
for a
are we
while.
living on where Nia Jax is putting on better matches than arguably Io Sky and stuff
Well,
like that.
when we saw her,
Io.
what was it?
Well, not that Io and
Queen
Rhea
of the
match.
Ring,
That's probably the best
or the
show of
Saudi?
year, but-
Which Saudi show was it that she won at, Nia?
Queen of the Ring.
I think
I'm
that
trying
was
to
it.
think.
Excuse me. Yeah. So
She fought Jade Cargill, Queen of the Ring last year, right?
I think so. I think that's what it was. My memory's terrible, but
yeah,
we'll
mine is
see.
too. I'm trying to because I know she had 2 Saudi shows. What was the other one? Because her and Liv fought for what was that? That Crown Jewels? What's that shit called? I forgot. You know what I'm talking about.
Yes, the world championship that they had there. They went ahead and had them have that.
It was champion versus champion. So it wasn't that. Who did she fight?
Liv Morgan and I'll have to look it up unless someone in the chat knows. But granted, that's why I prepare these things better when I have notes. So Nia was excellent here. She goes ahead and whoever produced this match, how they booked it, how they planned it was fantastic. They genuinely made themselves a far better commodity by using her size to its advantage. This match was based on Lash is really friggin' strong, but Nia, she fat. You know, I don't even have a censor button anymore. She fat. I don't know why the soundboard hates me, but she fat, and she ain't hiding it anymore. That girl, I give her credit. No, she's improved immensely. Like I said, she's more agile. She's not squashing people and breaking ribs like she was with the goddamn tsunami drop with her ass cheeks on your chest. And
that meme she did.
the Annihilator. The Annihilator.
Remember my hole?
Yes, I hated that, honestly. So many people raved.
Was that intentional, or
oh yeah, it had to have been something planned.
Was that a Vince thing, or?
Yeah, Crown Jewel. That's what it was. Yes, thank you, Liz. And so
Crown Jewel. That's where. Wait. No, it can't be Crown Jewel because that's where she fought.
I'm pretty sure it was, but regardless,
the
any
Crown
event.
Jewel Championship, right? Then the champion versus champion.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's when it was. And didn't she take on Liv or no?
So
Liv
she
beat
fought
her?
Liv, right?
Yeah,
Liv beat Nia.
Nia.
Right?
Yeah, that was this year. And the year before, she won against Jade or something like that. Because they didn't do the world thing. They just had the other match. But Jax goes and she climbs up the steps next to the announce table. And
one more thing, I'm sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
See, my timetables are fucking all over the place. Ever since 2020, I don't know what.
I agree with you. My wife and I had that same conversation earlier. COVID, since then, nothing's been right. So
yeah, no, like it doesn't even feel like a new year. Like before 2020, it's like Happy New Year felt like a new year. It still feels like 2020 sometimes, just part 5. You know?
Exactly. Sorry, I got a little excited with my stick shift.
Yeah, something ever since 2020. Yeah, like you said, nothing's felt.
Oh God. No, it's just our timelines merged. Yeah.
We all die and we're living in a.
What my conspiracy is that you didn't see this match and you needed to. That's the conspiracy.
That's fair.
So Lash climbs up the steps, and then basically Nia does she stops the suplex to put her through the table because they set up the steps next to the announcer table. Nia clears off the announcer table. Lash brings her big ass up there, but as Lash goes to suplex her body gives out, and she was trying to do like a big fall away slam, and Nia just does a splash on top of her, basically crossbody, and puts her right through the table. Like perfect. Lash is super strong, but Nia's heavier and a bit more of a ring general. She has that awareness. The ending to this match was incredible. For Nia, I truly feel like it could not have been more of an impressive ending. So they're staggering each other. Lash is on the top rope. And all of a sudden she slips out and Lash has Nia up like this and she's going for the power bomb. And then Nia just manages to move a little bit. Lash gives out and boom, annihilator. Then Nia goes back up and gives her one more to pin her. Decisive victory. Like everyone was like, "Oh, this is going to be a good match." No shit. They exceeded all expectations. These girls deserve a standing ovation. For my Nia scale, this is a 5-star match for her, my friend. I wouldn't give it 5 stars, but for Nia, this was vastly impressive. I would give this gladly like 4.25, even 4.5, because of my sloppy scale with how much story and it wasn't all like crazy power move after crazy power move. They went.
I gotta go check this out now.
Yeah, they really planned everything they did. So everything was menacing, exceptional, poignant, powerful, and like all of a sudden Lash gets Jax out of complete desperation, hits her into somewhere sideways with a gory buster for such a near fall. It was like 2 and 999 repeating tenths. Insane. Cannot put it over enough. I mean, this was a great way to be like, hey, Lash, you're on the come up, but it's not your time yet. Soon enough, it will be. And I do see her having a bright future. I think Lash is going to excel. I forget what Jakara Jackson's going by now. That's terrible that I can't remember. But I know she just signed with TNA, so she's having a bit of resurgence there over with Emergence. And we'll get to that shortly. Sorry, I did dedicate a lot of time to this, but I really wanted to put over Nia. I had to. What's the question?
We're all over the place here, but like that ESPN with pay-per-views, so YouTube TV has ESPN, right? But it's
yes.
not like, I guess, listed as an option on
it's not yet an option, but it will be. So if you have YouTube TV or if you have a cable package that has ESPN tied to it, and I know Brendan said there's a few other ways as well. There's a couple of other possibilities for you to line up and have a way to not have to pay. Basically, an exorbitant $30 a month fee, which I think is crazy.
Out, I guess. Like
I don't have ESPN, so I'm gonna have to pay for it. I have to pay $30. I don't.
That's a justifiable reason then.
Yeah. See, so this Friday is TNA Emergence, and TNA actually sent me an email.
What
and
do you
like,
have?
We don't have cable anymore. I just have the internet because we Netflix, Peacock,
Netflix for all, and then
all that kind of stuff. And
you just use the VPN for SmackDown?
Yeah, usually I use VPN for all the wrestling now because one, I like to watch it on Netflix. The resolution's great. You don't have to worry about doing it with a stream. And well, they if you use the VPN during the commercial breaks, they either have that loading screen or entrances or something's going on. You have an in-crowd interview going on, something like that. So
they do that for SmackDown as well?
Yeah.
Nice. Other topic. I don't know if you want to. I want to bring this up real quick. I saw on let me get it up. Bully Ray believes fans would like to see Vince McMahon make an appearance for John Cena's WWE retirement match.
I mean, are they wrong? There wouldn't have been a John Cena without Vince McMahon. I feel like it was kind of a disservice to not have Vince there to be at the 10 Bell Salute. Interview. He should have been at the 10 Bell Salute.
He was hurt that they didn't invite him.
Yeah,
I don't know if you saw that interview.
I did. I watched it, and it was telling. I mean, he genuinely, like a ghost, you appear. You're just a floating head.
Do you see? Speaking about face, do you see Vince's face? God,
right.
He looks like a. Yeah, it looks like he's on his farewell tour.
Oh my God! My mother was like, "Did he have some recent work done? Like, did he do something? Like what?" And I'm like, "I don't know if he's gone to a mortuary to get his makeup put together, but something is not right. And this man,
He doesn't look good at all.
he looks
That's why I said it looks
ghoulish.
like he's on his
he
fair-
genuinely
farewell tour.
looks creepy. He looks like he's already gone. Yeah, if I still had cable, I would watch it that way. But it's on Netflix for
I don't blame
people
you for not
outside
having
of the
cable.
U.S.
We got rid of cable and we got YouTube TV now because cable is way too expensive.
I don't even have. We don't watch anything on cable. The only thing I watched on cable was wrestling. So I was like, oh, I can watch it on Watch Wrestling or elsewhere. And now VPN works as well. I already pay for the Netflix, so hey, you know.
For me, I need YouTube TV for like football and stuff.
Thank you, dear. And my wife has been such a goddamn immense trooper and help, and I cannot repay her enough. But now she needs surgery herself with her shoulder.
So do you think fans would embrace it though?
Oh,
People said if
one-armed
Vince
gimp.
were to come out in the moment, to not to cut you off though, but like fans would cheer that.
People would act upset, but the people there would cheer it. Like Heyman said, people know their role, and I think there is a portion of people that would want to see Vince. I'm not certainly one of them.
So
I
you
get
think
it in
he
some
should
ways.
have
Like I wouldn't have been.
invited to the 10 bells salute.
I wouldn't have been upset if he was there. It would not have offended me.
Would he
But
have
I
tried
could.
to take
But I could
over
see how it would
the
make
show
people
again?
be uncomfortable. I don't think he would, but would it make that's the thing. Like, the Lesnar thing is such a really bizarre topic because, and I don't want to say but there wasn't like a physical assault. He was basically, she was levied for or against him for a contract basically, and some golden shower videos were exchanged, and they had a first meeting, but he got too drunk and then couldn't perform, and then the second time they went ahead and canceled because it was bad weather and she was sick apparently. So but somebody made a point of like, well, how do you think it makes the women on the roster feel when they bring him back? And it's like, but then you're also saying like, oh, people never change either. Like, he got called out for it. Maybe I don't know, like, I don't know. It's not my place to judge. I've never been a Lesnar fan. I've never been one to even, I don't even appreciate his work, sadly. Like that's my level of disdain for him, just with how I've seen him even in person treat other individuals. They had a WWE house show here, and I don't remember what the angle was, but they had a bunch of like local guys come in, and Lesnar was just going to be fed like 5 of them at once, like Ryback style in 2012.
When was this?
2003, 4. It was when Lesnar was about to debut or just debuted, I want to say.
This was a house show?
Yes. And I don't think it was New Haven Coliseum. I think that was already demolished at that point. I think it might have been Bridgeport or Hartford Civic Center, but either which way, they had Lesnar go ahead and just tear through these guys, and the liberties that he took, like, it was so unnecessary. And one of the guys had got hurt, and shit happens, but it's like, and it was like a big thing around the independent scene around here for like training schools, and people being like, oh, don't, if they call you for extra work, if you don't go, unless you want to get your ass kicked kind of thing. But it was a way to get your foot in the door. So c'est la vie. Not a great outcome, but certainly something interesting, I'll say. Again, I appreciate you all hanging out with us, and sorry for our chaotic night, but we've been a bit all over the place, and that was kind of the way NXT was last night. It really had, it really did. It had that chaotic feel to it because, for the most part, that's what it was. It was a little bit of something for everyone, like TNA's been trying to do. And point in case, they had that great women's match to open the show. I keep feeling I got to sneeze, and it's the worst thing in the world. And they kicked off, with such a great opening, angle, I would say, with Hank and Tank, and they're demanding, Ava's like, you can't interfere in Dark State's match later, and she's like, you're gonna have a match with them at Heat Wave, and they agreed, and that was it. So, I always like the boys, but I'm glad at least they're gonna get a match at Heat Wave, and we'll go over that shortly as well. So, then Dark State had a segment. If I play the audio, the video will get claimed. So basically, he said that Cutler James was basically, I don't know if he was coming out of the closet with this, but he's like, we're going to take turns on all your asses, and then we're going to finish on top. There was more to it, but it was very poorly worded, let's say. I think that's the best way to put it. Very poorly worded. It was not a good promo at all. Really made him look foolish, and oh god, I wish I could play it because it was something.
Promo of the year.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if I can speed it up. So here, go ahead and fill the air, my friend, while I look for this really quick.
So yeah, back to my discussion with Vince McMahon with what Bully Ray said. I personally don't know if people would react well to that, especially people on Twitter and stuff, rightfully so because of the stuff that's going on with Janelle Grant and all that. But I do think that, unfortunately, like it or not, maybe Vince should be there for John Cena because he created John Cena and the star power that is John Cena. And like Jake was saying before, if there was no John Cena without Vince, so.
And that there's no WWE without Vince. There's no Hogan. There's no, all these things that have happened as I roll away more and more.
Without Hogan, there's no WWE. That is true.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same thing with like Benoit. Can you separate the art from the artist?
People were comparing Benoit to what Hogan did, though.
I know, and I feel like Vince was right that Hogan was not a racist. All the years that he worked with, he said he was not a racist. He said racist things. He should have been punished for it, and he was deeply sorry, and he tried to make amends for what he said. And it wasn't about being racist. It was about him being angry with his daughter, and it came out in the most hateful way possible. I don't condone it. I still think it's disgusting, but
Hogan said himself he was racist in that tape. Is that true?
Yeah, he said in that moment, he definitely, how could he deny it with what he said, basically? Like, he's like, I'm not a racist, but I was racist in that moment, if that context makes sense. All right. Unfortunately,
because he said everyone's
yeah,
what happened?
Everyone's a little racist. No, you're going to hear yourself for a second, but I want you and the audience to hear this promo. I sped it up, so he might sound a little bit like a chipmunk, but they got to get to him. So hold on. Here we go.
Been on your ass for a while now, right up your butt, and I promise you we're gonna stay right there until you just can't handle us.
I mean, yeah. I just listen.
For a while now, right up your butt, and I promise you we're gonna stay right there until you just can't handle us.
I don't know what to say.
Very poorly worded and unfortunate. I want to say Dark State. They're not cooked. They're not a failed faction by any means, but they have not lived up to what I was hoping they would. I'll kind of skip around here, but actually, because that's the main event, and some things lead to that way. But Joe Hendry and Charlie Dempsey, excellent match. Not a ton to really go and say about it. It was 4 minutes. It was the most amazing match that you'll ever see in your life. it was just a Joe Hendry make the crowd happy moment, and that's unfortunate because what they did give us was very, very good. It was technical. Dempsey got these Northern
they're
Light
doing stuff like
suplex
that.
chains. He did multiple Northern Light suplexes into a guillotine like that. It was picture perfect. William Regal's son needs to be pushed a bit more. Maybe not to the top of the card yet, but this boy's got it. And Ren Sinclair, you know, happy Ren's Day to everybody. She is a very, very good manager. She's great on the mic. And she's kind of like that triple threat total package thing where she can back it up. Wow. So, yeah, disappointing that they gave them such a short thing. But, you know, Joe Hendry wins by pinfall, and he's, of course, got to go over. It's that, you know, it wasn't a squash, but enhancement type, you know, match. And you just want to go ahead and build yourself up. So we then had Lola Vice and Kalani Jordan. They're going to be tagging later. So they're interacting in the back, saying that they need to get along and they both need to win no matter what. I wish Spaz was here for this conversation, and him and I will be doing the State of Wrestling in about an hour. So we'll be recording that for you folks tonight. Josh Briggs comes out and cuts one of the most boring, generic, piss poor attempts at a heel promo I've seen in ages. The audience honestly chanted, "Turn his mic off."
Never want to hear that chant.
Right? That would be a knife through my heart. And not like, oh, you're such a heel, they don't want you to speak. Like, they don't give a shit about what you're saying. They don't care. And that's not good. Briggs, Inamara, they had it as a tag team. And then once they made them go for gold separately, it fucked up that timeline. And once that was fractured, I don't see it improving. Inamara comes out to basically be like, how do I say this in English? I need to fight my own way with honor. And how do I say, you a jackass? Like that was the promo. And I've heard him backstage doing things like not out of character, but in the sense of like not live TV. And the man sounds so much better with his English. Like I don't know if they're like play up the accent or if that's genuine, but the way that they're choosing the speech for him to say is so like racist is not what I'm going for, but I don't know another term. Like it is very stereotypical and just so lackluster in the creative department. It's really, yeah. We went ahead and had Kelly Kincaid doing an interview with Jordan Grace. This was a really good sit down. Jordan always does well with these one-on-ones. She's good at about everything, and she excels at selling herself. So she's excellent at giving you a reason to believe in her, while also giving you a little bit of a hint of a way to doubt her so that then she can prove you wrong. It's very, very, everything's scripted, I know, but like workshops maybe. Like she puts a lot of thought into the words she says and what she does. Everything is planned well. And speaking of well, I hope that her husband's doing well. It may not be my favorite wrestler, but he had a stroke, and I know that Jonathan Gresham was doing better, but still, I wish you well, and my thoughts go out to both of you. You know, it is very difficult to deal with as a spouse as well. When your other half is down, so are you. So hopefully you improve soon so that your wife can keep kicking ass as well. Then we had Fatal Influence come out. So we had JC Jane and Fallon Henley. Jasmine Nix has to be either still in the doghouse because of the bullshit her boyfriend did, or somebody hates her because they never let her wrestle. I get like Fallon Henley is the former, mid-card champ for the North American title, but how many times is that, warranted? Jasmine has gotten zilch in forever, except for the trios matches, the 6-woman tags. She's just dead weight, it seems like. Really is unfortunate. So Kalani Jordan, Lola Vice, they teamed up really well here. They acted like, they couldn't stand to work with each other, but what they pulled off was fucking seamless at times. Lola, she hits Fallon with a crazy suplex for a super close near fall at one point. And Lola goes ahead and she then gets her with an axe kick, and immediately Kalani comes in and she hits Fallon with this crazy spinning leg drop. And it was just like I said, the 1, 2, 3, like for always something was happening. For women that don't typically wrestle as tag team stars, the two of them worked exceptionally well. I mean, Lola Vice has been doing a lot of tagging recently, I guess, so that maybe that's not the case.
Yes, she has.
But Kalani, not so much. And Kalani Jordan getting the pin here over JC Jane. I could see Kalani Jordan finally getting that NXT title. I don't think she would have a long run, but I can see her having a run similar to what JC's getting now. I kind of feel like what they're going to do with the belt is kind of give women their due. I think we're going to see the title change hands quite a few times coming up. I just have a feeling they're going to be like, here, let's give a make do. We're going to have your belt go out, your belt, and this way you could say I was an NXT champion when, it's an accolade. It's a way to increase your stock. It's a way to increase your paycheck, all of it. So, certainly I think they're trying to give people like JC, who has been a very dedicated worker and done it for so long. I genuinely feel like they're trying to do some things for her and help out. And I mean, she got a shocking win over Stephanie Vancouver, who was the it girl and probably the most, sought after, in demand female talent they had there. So we got Milo, this auto fetch machine. Actually, Courtney's father did, my father-in-law, and smart as he is, he refuses to drop the ball into the auto fetch. We have tried everything. We put bacon in the damn thing to the point where it's like, I don't even know if it works anymore with all the food in it. And he just refuses to put the ball in the thing. He is obsessed with playing fetch, though. So I figured this would be a must-have. So far, my little man he's letting me down. It's not making Papa proud.
Gotta do it. Gotta do it.
Gotta do it. I was a little bit surprised that we saw JC Jane get pinned here. I mean, they can't keep having Fallon take all the pinfalls. I get it, but still, we saw Ash and Ash by Elegance and Masha in the crowd cheering. So, everybody's wants JC to lose and drop this title. It's only getting more and more. We got Bound for Glory coming up. She's got the double titles, so we got to see what happens then. And they got the title for title match. That's there's a lot coming up. So Alba Fire taking on Kendall Gray, and Chelsea Green was a severe shot in the ass for this show, and I loved every second of it. I can stand her as much as I possibly can, and I will stand her. That girl is a blessing to this company, and they need to protect her at all times. No more kicks to the face.
Agree.
She had her secret Hervis. They were in the locker room scouting the women about who Tavon Heights might send after Chelsea. And she's going through and seeing everybody, and they see Hank and Tank dressed as girls, and it got me. The guys, they made me laugh. She was like, oh, Carmen Petrovic is Canadian, so we're good. I thought that was funny. And she sees Kendall Gray, and I think she called her a different color, like Kendall Green, whatever, that kind of thing. And, but she's just so quick-witted, funny, believable. she's, that over expressive extrovert, but to the point where it's tuned up to 11 in the best way possible. The drama queen is living up to her name, and it's been entertaining, certainly. So then like I said, we had that. We had Alba Fire basically beats Kendall. It was a very short match, decent, but it was all about getting the heel heat. So Alba hits her in the eyes, does the old eye rake, hits her with the gory buster, gets the victory, 4 minutes roughly. And it's funny to see Ethan Page cut another amazing promo, but funny to see him with Chelsea Green, the Canadian connection there, and them both having, I hope Chelsea gets her U.S. title back, because that'd be great if they both had the titles and could do this, back and forth thing. They could run for office and all sorts of stuff. I like the Secret Service. I like seeing, pretty much them in the NXT universe, put them everywhere. And I don't want it to be oversaturated either, but it's working. I think it's very good. And then we came to the main event. So we had Obafemi, Trick Williams, Javon Evans, and Moose from TNA and the System taking on Dark State. And really, it was a brawl. It was every Dark State match you've seen, not in a bad way, but pretty much the story here was like, all right, Moose would come in, he'd clear house, they tag Trick in, and then Trick hits him with, a few moves, and then all of a sudden he's like, oh, he tags Javon in, and he's getting the fuck out, It's like, all right. Eventually, Trick walks away, and he could have ended up saving Javon, but he was like, forget it. So they hit Evans with their big pop-up, we're not the Shield powerbomb, the throwing catch powerbomb that does look great. And like they said, they got that ass and they were going to finish on top. And they finished on top of poor Javon Evans. Yeah, poor Javon. I even got a muted desktop, but sounds like a starter pistol. What happened to the sound effects? Nothing. Even the bells. We got to figure this out. It's a disturbing day, my friend. We'll figure it out and find out what happened. Granted, but all in all, I thought it was a really good show. I would give it a 7.5.
So, what stood out the most to you? I always ask that. Best match, worst match.
Best match, Nia Jax. Worst match, surprisingly, would probably be the Joe Hendry match because it was just short.
Really?
It was just so short. And him and Charlotte Dempsey.
Do you think the theories are
so
correct
much
with Joe
more?
Hendry? Because I kind of agree with it too. Like if WWE signs Joe Hendry, do you think the gimmick will get killed? They'll kill it?
No,
Like
they could kill it. I mean, certainly, but no, I don't think they would kill it.
like,
I think
the
they just
gimmick will get killed.
there's a ceiling to it. I see. I'm not saying he can't excel past it, but like not a ceiling, but there's like a point where you have to get with his character, basically. Like I'm not saying like day one he's got to be champ, but you would need to do something massive with him when you bring him in, or else it's like, well, what's the like? You got to keep elevating the gimmick,
Right.
basically, is what I'm trying to give. So while I'm stoned off my ass, you get my points.
I know the IWC has mixed reactions on him now. I see.
Speaking of reactions,
Okay.
Charles Robinson was having a reaction and was taken to the hospital. Why? Because he was bitten by a
Oh, no.
bat.
Jesus.
Who gets bitten by a bat? And he said he was at a late night visit
fun
to the
fact.
emergency room. So not
You want to
fun.
know his actual story? Not a fun fact for me, but not or him. But
Oh.
one time at my old house, so I was using the bathroom, opened the bathroom door, then all I see is a bat flying at me, and I'm like, oh, then fucking shut the door right away.
Yeah,
I wasn't
forget those
expecting that
things.
the first
I would not be
I don't know how
happy.
the bat got in the house, but yeah.
Yeah, I would not be happy at all. Oh,
It
absolutely.
was charging at me, I think, because it was coming straight at me, so I shut that door quick.
Well, see
You're
what
not getting in here.
What I think it was Ozzy reincarnated. He wanted somebody to bite his head off, but yeah, see, Hobie just said he was supposed to bite the bat. Exactly. We're both thinking on the same wavelength here. I appreciate it. as we said before with AEW Dynamite, I forgot to finish the last match for you folks, so let's just go through the card really
You
quick.
forgot to finish the last match. I forgot the show was on. So.
You're right. Well, it's Mercedes Moné, Tekla, and Sky Blue taking on Willow Nightingale, Queen Aminata, and Alex Windsor. Moxley against Kevin Knight. Adam Copeland, Don't Call Me Edge, taking on Stokely Hathaway. And then Hangman, AEW World Champion Page, is going face to face with MJF.
Sounds boring.
I mean, the MJF and Hangman stuff is always exciting.
Yeah,
but
MJF is just.
MJF
good
is
television,
not,
by the way.
he's just not what I want to see. So we're not going to have predictions
Is he going
yet.
babyface with that whole Hurt Syndicate thing?
I don't know. It's weird because I don't know. MJF is not going babyface. That's not happening. But the Hurt Syndicate, I think they want to be baby faces.
Because they're booking it weird then, because they make it like you're supposed to feel bad for MJF, like getting
Kicked out, yeah.
by all of them, giving them all no confidence, and you're supposed to kind of feel bad for him.
Yeah,
They all
exactly.
just comes down, talking down to him. Like, it seems like that's why I think they're making him a face, and I don't like MJF as a face. At
Yeah,
all.
it doesn't work. Well, I shouldn't say it doesn't work. It did work. But you can't go back on it. Like they ingratiated him to us. That's our scumbag. He's our asshole. So now when he's an asshole and a rude guy and trying to get heat, you're like, oh, see, he's just being our quirky guy. That's our MJF. Once they open
When they
Pandora's
turned him
box,
face,
yeah.
should they have kept him face?
I think they should have until they had a dynamite banging fucking like super let's change the world story. Like this needs to
Sometimes you
happen.
can keep someone turn someone face, but keep the character. Like I've talked about that with Drew and Dominic. Like you can keep the character, but they just act like that arrogant asshole towards the heels instead.
Yeah, exactly. And what kills me is that, I mean, with a lot of things, it really was the issue of them not going ahead and being able to just tell a good story with, you know, heel or face. They just they let a lot of people down with that. So far, what we have for the upcoming NXT Heatwave show, it's a premium live event. It's going to be held on Sunday, August 24th. They're going to be in Lowell, Mass. Wish I could go, but can't walk. Goddamn thing. I had to literally like almost drag myself into the doctors today, as I told you. Nuts. Granted, they're going to be at the Lowell Memorial Auditorium. Blake Monroe, Jordan
Is
Grace.
that what you were blaming me for? You said
Yeah,
you
yeah.
texted me, screw you, and all that.
I said, you dirty
What did I
prick.
do?
Not screw you. I said, you
Yeah.
dirty prick. Then I said, screw you.
I was trying
Yeah.
to keep it PG. Well,
I
the
don't even
screw
have a
you-
censor
you
button.
took literal, but
Look, you see what the see when I tap it, it does what the
you're gonna tap it. See, like how dirty. it is.
Jesus fucking Christ! See, it's not fucking working. Dead man, you are. So they got Blake Monroe, Jordan Grace, head on head. They're gonna kill each other. I can't wait to see that one because Jordan wants revenge. Obafemi is defending his NXT championship. God, how long has he been champion now? So impressive. He's had a really great run too, if you actually think about everybody that he's faced along the way. And whoever wins between Trick and Javon Evans next week. So they're having a match August 19th. And then we got Hank and Tank versus two members of Dark State for the NXT tag team titles. And maybe we're going to see the tag team champs change hands. Brock Lesnar has been advertised for WWE SmackDown September 12th in Norfolk, Virginia, and then the week after, September 19th, in Toledo, Ohio. This all leads up to the
We have to wait
WWE.
for a month to see why he attacked Cena.
This is what they're building
even
up
give us a
to.
reason.
They're building up to the all-out counter-booked pay-per-view. That's going to be John Cena versus Brock Lesnar to go up against All Out. So crazy.
I mean,
September 20th is going to be a hell of a day for sure. just like we dealt with, when we were going ahead and dealing with all the chaos there. Granted, we got it to work, so thankfully, I see things going on TikTok over here still. I appreciate you guys hanging out and watching. We got Gerald, we've got Steve, I see Follow the Leader, we've got LLC from Noggin, we've got Drift Junkie and Isabel. Thank you all for hanging out, and I appreciate you guys and gals hanging out and listening. We go ahead here and cover a lot of, we're usually live after Raw, SmackDown, and most WWE PLEs. We're going to be adding in AEW Dynamite into Somewhere Weekly and try and recap that a bit more faithfully, at least on my end. And NXT reviews when we can, when poignant. So, Triplemania, my friend. I can't even pronounce half these words. I took one class of Spanish in 6th grade, like I took a week of it and then dealt with some shitty home life stuff, and then by the time I went back to that school a month later, I was like so far behind, and they're like, don't worry about it, you could take another language the next year. And then they didn't realize I didn't take one, and it just kept escalating, and I never said anything. When I got to my senior year, they're like, you're supposed to have like 7 years of a language or you can't graduate. I'm like, well, how do I do that all now? And they were like, since no one said or did anything this entire time, they just kind of bent the rules a bit, funny enough. But yeah.
I shit you not, that happened to me my senior year. I didn't take a language either, and they were at the end of the year. They brought that up. I'm like, oh,
we're both
nice to know now.
As all hell.
So they were trying to blame me, and my dad was asking them, well, you didn't give him the class, so
they only gave you the clap. He's got the clap.
He was asking them, so you're blaming him, like he makes his own classes. They're supposed to make my schedule, so.
They should have. Sorry, I'm not trying to be on my phone. I was trying to see if you had gotten a delivery yet. That's what it says. It's 10 stops away right now, so we'll have to see what happens. I am upset that my desktop is muted, but
I think we're gonna make it or no.
Well, I don't know. We'll see. All right, AAA Mania. We got to get these. All right. Naomi. Is she pregnant? Or is she injured?
Well, tomorrow, Stephanie McMahon said that Naomi and Jimmy Uso are going to be a special guest on their podcast to make an announcement. So
yeah, I think the pregnancy rumors are true. I had heard that like an hour after they said on Raw that, or on social media, that she wasn't competing, but I didn't want to bring it up. I mentioned it, I think to you that day.
Yeah.
And I was like, I just don't want to say it on air even as a joke, because if it's not, you don't want to. But now so many people have brought it up. It's kind of the elephant in the room at
people
this point.
People were saying that they knew about her pregnancy at SummerSlam. That's why she was taking the spot she was taking.
So why can't you wrestle pregnant?
I don't know.
Can't she just go around hitting people with stunners?
I guess so. On every match, just be.
Come on, let's fight for equality, ladies. I'm here for you. No, I get it entirely, but it's unfortunate that no baby is unfortunate. It's a blessing, and I couldn't be happy for them if this is the case. I hope it is the case, just because I don't want her to be injured.
Well, yeah, obviously, like pregnancy would actually be good news.
Exactly. You don't want bad news. I don't want her to be injured legitimately and then have to,
people that wish injuries on people, because I've seen it before with CM Punk, people that don't like CM Punk when he got injured by Drew McIntyre. Like people did that to Rhea because they don't like her. People did that to Liv because they don't like her. People wish injuries on someone just because they don't like the wrestler, which is disgusting.
I had a fight with a family about that. They said a celebrity should have been shot, and I'm like, that's terrible. I'm like, you shouldn't. And it turned into this big back and forth thing. But crazy,
I want to know, just because they're an athlete, like even it's banter at the end of the day. Like Braves players, Phillies players, Cowboys players for football, like Eagles. Like I'm not gonna wish injury on them just because they're the rival. Like, don't wish injury on another human.
Yeah, I had to reset the frame rate there, and I did some magic. I reappeared.
Well, I'm not trying to make rumors or just
No, certainly
my
not.
own
It's
judgment, but,
speculation. It does
I
suck
think
the
Naomi is
timing.
pregnant though.
Yeah,
I do think
bad timing.
That's-
Really, that's what it comes down to, because she she was my MVP 2 weeks back prior, and then she left quite a bit to be desired with the promo after that, with the silly
So
cackling.
if she is pregnant, what do you think they go with? They were mentioning Raquel and Roxanne with that one. I think Roxanne might get a women's or win the women's world title.
Really? Roxanne, that would be interesting. I'm not so
I don't know
sure.
if
I
they're
mean,
gonna
she did
do
just
that.
pin Io, right? And
Yeah, I
that's
think
a
maybe
pretty big.
because they're all talking about how, well, I deserve a match. So and Rhea, I lost a million times, but I
Yeah.
still.
So I really
Promote
felt like
another
on
match.
Raw they didn't put that over enough. I felt like they kind of failed us here. I wanted to see when Io lost, it be made more of a big deal, because it's like Rhea has beaten everybody but you. She can't take down her alter, her nemesis, her her one true other, her yin to the yang. And Roxanne did it. She cheated. She held held the clothes and pulled up on the tights. And
Speaking about Roxanne, I don't know how much longer I know we need to get into predictions, but
yeah,
that one Roxanne fan, oh my God,
they were having a conniption. They were certainly stressed in the crowd. But
Did you end up seeing that?
yes, that was
because I was arguing back and forth with them too. Because
ridiculous.
They're like,
Yeah,
The
in your
booking's horrible.
timeline, they were just going nuts. The timing certainly sucks though, right? Like, she was the champion of the world. She just cashed in, and I know you can't help it, but can you? Should you be on birth control when you're under contract? Like, I don't know how this things work. Like, can you limit someone? No, I'm not saying forced. I'm saying, like, should that be? It's your personal choice, obviously. I want to make sure I word that correctly. But what I'm saying is, like, should you mindfully know, like, hey, I have 3 years of my contract that I've been paid for, and I have got 2 years remaining. So should I make sure I don't, do they add more time on? It's just, she's white hot right now. Proceed with caution is over as hell. People are chanting it. Like, they want to see her, and they want to see her, be the bad girl on top.
And you can't. She's not gonna. You can't have her be a heel going out on Raw and announcing, "Oh, I'm pregnant." because
You
everyone's
just nailed it for me. Like, Becky
Everyone's
came
gonna
out
give her
and
a
was like,
standing
I'm
ovation.
pregnant, and you get the belt. And that was like a very sincere and genuine moment, because they didn't know that was
that's why
happening.
what do you
Asuka had
think's-
no idea. I don't know.
What do you
Did
think's
they
gonna
have a
happen now?
tournament and do like previous
think
champs? Or
we get a fatal 4-way maybe.
yeah, probably.
I
The
think it's
men's
gonna
going to
be
have a fatal
Stephanie-
4-way. And
I think Stephanie versus Rhea versus Io versus.
well, Stephanie
maybe
already has a
either
match,
Raquel or Roxanne.
right?
Yeah,
Stephanie,
that's what I'm saying. They're all gonna be.
Oh, you think
in
they'll
on
have I don't think they'll change that match yet. I think what
well,
they'll do.
Naomi's not gonna.
I know. I
Well,
think
they'll
we
have to
have
have someone in
time
there.
till Clash in Paris. I think they'll have a champ before then. I think they'll have a champ on Raw. I think they'll either assign a champ, or what they'll do is whoever they'll have a tournament to pick the new replacement opponent, and then that match at Clash
And
will
who's
be
gonna
for
win
the
that?
title. I'm not sure who would go up against Stephanie right now. That would be a really good.
You can do Io, Rhea, I guess again, but why does Rhea deserve another?
Yeah,
title
no, I don't
shot?
want to see either of them. I would. I don't know.
Roxanne.
Roxanne would probably be because we want to heal. We want
Yeah.
someone to
Raquel-
get a shot.
Raquel's been killing
Raquel
it,
or Roxanne would be probably my go-to, honestly. I just don't know
Speaking
how they
about-
can
yeah.
see, because they said she's not medically cleared. So I get being pregnant means you can't wrestle. Obviously, I mean, I'm just being a
That's what I think.
Really
This could be a
misogyny's
good
bad,
thing.
Jake.
Like, I feel bad for Naomi that she has, but congratulations if you're pregnant, all that. But I think this could be a good
Yeah.
story, though. Like, course correct. Like, Roxanne wins the women's world title.
goddamn
And
Uso
then-
semen. That bloodline just, you can't get away from it. It gets its hooks into you. It's gonna make a whole family tree and a family bush
Yeah.
and a family shrubbery and a family. It's just gonna keep. All right.
They probably
You
have
gotta
30 more
listen.
kids. While
Shut
we're
the fuck
talking.
up. It's time to nut up and shut up. AAA Mania. All right. AAA Triple Mania, I should say. We've got participants to be announced for the Barty Cup for Triple Mania 33 match. So we don't know who's going to win. Then we have, for the women's side, we have Flammer, who's the women's champion, taking on Fabi Apache and Natalia. I think Natalia's going to win. I think they're going to pull out a big surprise, and I think we're going to get Natty. Not, like the new one, the vicious Natty, like the one that's been tearing it up, that went through Bloodsport, that's been on the independent scene, that's a Crockett Cup, the one that got into a fight with a planted fan. Granted, it was still an epic moment, and she would have done it legitimately. Like, she's a legit badass, and Natty, she's done so much for this company, and I don't want to sound like, wave the flag, but she really has, and she's not one of my favorites. She's certainly someone I respect.
But behind the scenes, like
she's never been a favorite of mine.
You hear how positive, like the women's locker room speaks of her, like how much they've helped, like Maxine. Like I think there's some real into that. There's like a lot of wrestlers that Natalia has helped, and
yeah, exactly. She's done a lot for many, and there's Spaz. What's
Even
going
some
on,
of the men.
Dabrowski? Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Like a lot of the men.
I think Natalia wins this. I think they're going to go for something huge. The audience will absolutely pop. I think some people are upset, like, oh, WWE stars are coming in and just, they're taking all the titles and they're gonna water down the style. And I don't think that's their plan long term. I think they're
I think Dominic makes sense.
Everybody they've added makes sense. I think what they're doing is injecting stars we know that fit so that people watch.
People to watch.
I would not be watching this if Natalia and Dominic and Los Garza and Judgment Day and El Grande Americano and Dragon Lee, Dragon Lee even is not someone I'm nuts for, and he's damn good. I want to like him more, but they've never made him be epic. And 205 Live was something special. They didn't treat it properly. They should have made that be like not on the level of the main world title, but that should have been viewed as like, oh, if this is the top of our division, it should have been, it should have been held in regard of like an IC
like
title,
an hour, right, or something. Like I remember, like when they first did that brand split back in 2016, like it was like they had its own segment for the show 205 Live, if you remember.
I enjoyed 205 Live, and then they went ahead and screwed it up with, I should say I enjoyed the Cruiserweight Classic. That's what I meant to say. And then when they turned it into 205 Live, at first it worked, then it didn't. And they were kind of like unsure what to do. And then Enzo was great, and then Enzo was gone. And then they didn't really have much of a reason to have people tune into it, and it died. So it took a long time to die, but everyone thought it died.
But your prediction with Natalia.
Natalia. Look at you getting me back on point. God damn, what a co-host. We've got El Hijo del Dr. Wagner Jr. taking on El Messias, the champion for the AAA Latin American Championship. Again, my pronunciation is so terrible. Don't take it personally. I'm also, partially, mentally myself, so I do apologize, but I think El Hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr. is going to go ahead and get the belt. Reason being, he's super over. I mean, the lineage alone is noteworthy, but when I watched him at the other show, the Regalia show, where we were introduced to Mr. Juana, it was he had a stellar showing as well. So I think Dr. Wagner Jr. has a lot to offer. I can see him getting the title here, but the issue is, do they do this many title changes? Is every title going to, that it kind of feels that'd be back to back if it happens. So I really want to see Natalya win, so I'm going to say the champ retains. You know, Messias is going to hold on to the Latin American title for now, but Dr. Wagner will get it soon. Who do you think's going to win?
Dr. Wagner.
All right, so you're pretty much in the same boat that I am. It's hard to argue against, especially thinking with how it's booked, how it's handled. You know, they have their typical style, but they want to have them go ahead and be still be AAA, but also show what WWE can add to it without it losing its identity. I think they're going to go through a slight identity crisis, and they're going to go ahead and manage to eventually get out of it. So what the issue is going to be is their identity isn't going to change, but the public's going to, their faithful fans might feel that way because, oh, Natalya's champion, or, these type of things. He gave the belts to Los Garzas, and now Dominic Mysterio could be the AAA mega champion, and so on and so forth. So I could see why they, that sentiment was felt in AEW for a while. Oh, look, we have homegrown talent, but now all the ex-WWE guys are sucking up the paycheck. That was one of the best promos ever from MJF. Fire me, you fucking mark. That was good at that time. It didn't last, but I did enjoy at that time. Seeing Dominic when he first came into the company, I knew he had potential. I knew he had that it factor, but I was worried that the nepotism vibe was going to consume him because Ray, I don't know if people know how much of an icon he is to people outside of the United States. Like he's beloved here, no doubt about it. But he is a lucha god.
Except if you're going for Daniel Bryan in 2014, then you boo Rey Mysterio.
Yes.
That's the only time I think.
That's the only time. But they didn't boo him. They booed the Vince decision.
He got the shit end of the stick because he was number.
Yeah. Since they calibrated, it seems like it wants to function a little bit better.
Vince didn't really want Daniel Bryan at all, which is funny because I think Daniel Bryan ended up growing on him, though, because the opposite happened where Vince forced Daniel Bryan into the triple threat against Roman and Edge.
Yes,
so
I forgot about that.
It was weird. So I think Daniel Bryan grew on him.
Yeah, and sorry, matters. We have Los Garza. So Humberto Carrillo and Angel Garza. What is it? Just Berto and Angel now, right? They don't go by their previous known names. Taking on, fuck me.
Cool.
Pagano and Psycho Clown. Spaz knows just how excited I am by them. Psycho Clown has been doing this forever. How old is he? He is, let's see here. He debuted in 2000. And he is currently, he was born in 85. He's only 39. I feel like he's just been around forever. I mean, since 2000, 25 years. I mean, that is a long time to be wrestling, certainly. And Pagano, I feel like, has been really a long time, but it's not that much. He's 39 and debuted in 2008, so he's been around even less. It just, I guess because they've been two mainstays and always featured on pretty much every main card, it just was one you'd get kind of tired of, I guess. But I think Psycho Clown and Pagano can go to hell in this street fight. Los Garzas are keeping the belts. What do you think?
Yes. I agree with you, Los Garza. I'm just gonna go with the people I know.
Yes. Fuck it.
Okay.
Los Garza, indeed. Hey, it says your cable has been delivered. Go get it. Let's try it. If it doesn't work, then we got to figure it out.
Let's test it out together. Okay, let's go for a journey over here.
Let's make you walk. If not, and we have to get a different adapter, so help me God. I watched the YouTube video, the reviews, and all this shit that says it works great with iPhone. Perfect. God damn it.
Oh, would
would be my luck. But we go ahead and agree on Los Garza Judgment Day. So Finn Balor, JD McDonough, and Raquel Rodriguez take with Roxanne Perez. She's not wrestling, but she's there to help. Taking on Mr. Iguana, Nino Hamburguesa, I'm going to call him Hamburger, and Lola Vice. It's Hamburguesa. Hamburguesa. Like I said, I even listened to it before to learn the pronunciation so I wouldn't be an ass, and then forgot. I tried. Judgment Day's winning here. No doubt about it. They want to make Judgment Day still look strong. As much as Mr. Iguana is fun, I think Nino's going to get pinned, and he'll get pinned by Finn. So that's my call. But I am excited to see Raquel and Lola Vice go at
Let's test it out.
And Finn Balor, I wish he was
Raquel
the
and Lola
demon
Vice,
taking
hell
on
yeah.
the iguana.
As again, you know, I sound like a broken record here, but ever since Kevin Nash told Raquel to take that advice, and she did, Raquel has had good matches. I don't think she's had a bad match since she took that advice.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, yeah, time for a field trip. Everybody's down. I want some tacos too. We're all going to Liz's. Sorry, I'm hungry. Granted, my wife is currently starving me. She knows, like, she's like, I made dinner, but you have to crawl for it. Earn it,
You
baby.
starved me every night in your basement, remember?
That was a long 2 years, but look at how great of a co-host you are now, right?
Yeah.
Right,
it molded me
sport.
into a great.
Come on, call me
Co-host.
dad. Call me dad.
We're not on that level yet.
Call me daddy.
Okay, we're gonna try this.
Motherfucker, I will fire you on the spot. Granted, I've been enjoying my surgery journey because inadvertently I told myself when The Boys came out, I would like to wait to the end, and I was like,
Okay,
all right,
So
I'm
how do
gonna
we do this? I
I'm gonna
plugged
binge
it in.
it. Just use just the wire and see if you get any type of power if it turns on for you. Don't use the adapter. Don't use it. Just use just the wire you just got delivered, and let's see if that works. So I saved The Boys. I was like, oh, I'll have to watch that if I have an inadvertent, unplanned hospital stay or another surgery. And it was like,
Okay, I plugged it in. It's not doing anything right now. I don't know if does it connect to iPhones? That's
yes,
the issue.
I even sent you the video that shows it connects. So we'll have to do some testing after, and figure it out and see, because I know it says it works. So we'll have to play around and see what happens. But yeah, the main event, El Hijo del Vikingo, the champion, the AAA mega champion, defending in a fatal four-way match, Dominic Dirty Dom Mysterio. Dirty Dom. Oh, the fans were lighting him up, huh, with those chants. It was entertaining. Dirty Dom. So,
I love
Dragon
those
Lee
chants.
and El Grande Americano. Which El Grande? You never know for sure. Likely gonna be Ludwig Kaiser. But I want to see Dominic win here. I think it could be an amazing moment. He keeps calling himself King of the Luchadors. Like, they've got something with this. They've got something fun. I feel like it's gonna be a damn good thing. Even if Dominic loses, I mean, they still have stories they can tell, but I feel like he's going to be pretty consistent throughput in AAA going forward. I maybe not at every show, maybe not, but I feel like he's going to be involved in a good portion of it, and be a good deal of the face of the company. I think they're going to put a lot of the weight of the company behind Dom because of how loved, marketable, relatable. I think that's what it is too. Like, he can cut promos, he can dial it up, and he can lock in, and he can give you a fucking amazing match. And we all got to witness him evolve and grow up and get better and better. I mean, you think about the stuff where he was wrestling against Seth Rollins' heel group with Buddy, remember? Him and
Yep.
Ray and the eye for an eye match and all that stuff. But Dom was not terrible, but he wasn't great then. He had to learn, and but he was still very young.
Fun
And
fact.
they
I
built
know
it up. Yeah.
I know people say, what's the word you call it? Glaze him nowadays. But I used to be, and you are attest to this because I've told you, I used to not like him at all.
And I don't blame you. A lot of people didn't because of how well he made you want to hate him. And that was when he was a babyface. Like, I think it was working against him for a long time. That's why the heel turn was so well received. And the fans don't boo him because they dislike him. They boo him because it's part of the act. Like Paul Heyman said, I keep bringing it up, but it's so true. The fans know their role finally. They know their job. And he saw it firsthand with Cena. And like I said, we'll have the unapologetic and completely random podcast back tomorrow. It's going to be a blast. And folks, make sure you look in the description box down below for all the friends of the channel. We have Spaz, Phoenix, and I recording the State of Wrestling after this shortly, so you don't want to miss it. I'm thinking Dominic wins. Who do you think?
Yeah, we're going Dominic over here.
Yes, indeed. And I think we're lined up with that. We're going to do rapid fire for TNA here, my friend. So TNA went ahead and emailed me earlier, and they were like, hey, would you like to watch Emergence for free? We'll give you, 1 month of TNA. And I'm like, thank you for the random advertised deal. I will gladly take your code and do it. So Friday, we have TNA Emergence, not having to watch it on a... other various means again. So thank you, TNA, for that. So we will have a Discord party, and I will let people know. I will tweet it out, and we will be watching it together. I will not be streaming that part of it, but we will be streaming the review. But if you guys want to come and hang out, I will tweet out the public Discord, and we can go ahead and watch it together and have a great time. So I will let you know when it happens and when to be there. So somebody better bring salsa and dip, though. I want some good chips. And Cody, you're on drinks, my friend. You got refreshments, okay?
Sounds like a plan.
Duly noted. TNA Emergence, upcoming Friday. It's going to be in Baltimore, Maryland, at the Chesapeake Employers Insurance Arena. So that's August 15th, 2025. It will air on TNA Plus. This is the 6th event under the Emergence name. I'm actually really excited about quite a few matches on this card. I again don't want to sound like I'm just filleting TNA lately, but I haven't been faithfully watching the weekly episodes. I've pretty much just been sticking with their PLEs, and I watched the recaps before with how my schedule is. So it's just kind of hard to fit it in with everything else. And I now am like, damn, kicking myself in the ass that I missed certain things. And I'm like, I see the highlights, but so I've been tuning in more regular to the weekly Thursday show, and even if I see it, after it's gone live, but they've done a really good job at incorporating a lot of new names, but also not being reliant on the big stars. They've got the Hardys, but they're not like the Hardys are still going. They're giving really damn good matches still. No, they're not 5 stars in the Tokyo Dome, brother, but they're damn good. They're entertaining, they're fun, and they're very well wrestled in the sense of what they do for their gimmicks. So I appreciate what we're getting for this card. And the Hardys, the current World Tag Team Champions, are defending against the Rascals. So Myron Reed, Zachary Wentz, not entirely the Rascals, but we know, we're down Trey Miguel currently. Myron Reed has stepped up, and it's going to be a hell of a match. I don't see the Hardys losing, not yet. I think they're going to save it to the Bound for Glory, something big there. Because they want, the Hardys and Dudleys one last time. That's the match. So they'll still likely have the belts till then. I think the Hardys retain. What about you?
We'll go with the Hardys. You know what? Yes, we will.
All right.
I need to focus on the weekly shows more with TNA, but
Steve Macklin against Jake something. It's a no DQ, no countout match for the current international title.
who and who?
Steve Macklin and Jake something. So Macklin, to me, he just bores me. I'm being honest. Like, he's not a bad wrestler, but he's so white bread, you know, baby face, all American. Like, he just has that feel to him, like military man. Like, he feels like he was you know, like Homelander, made in a lab, like too perfect in some ways. You know, just like that kind of. I don't know. He tries to be gritty. It just doesn't always present to me well. I'd like to see Jake something get the win here. I've appreciated what they've had with him recently, and I feel like since he came back to Impact in 2017, I mean, he was in AEW for what, a hiccup, but I think he had one dark match. But still, you know, being back with TNA has been great for him. I hope Jake something wins. That's my pick.
You know what? I'll keep it on script. I won't go off script since you got me all those gifts. We'll go with Jake something.
Oh, the adapters, right? You'll have to try it again with the adapter and with the new wire. Maybe. We'll see. If not, then we'll have to get a different adapter, I think. Dear God. Looks like I'm making you take a trip to Best Buy. So next, we have Ryan Namath taking on the hometown man. Cody Deaner living it up as the hometown man. It's been fun. You know, the whole thing they've got going on with him right now. I like it. It's been funny. I think the hometown man wins here. I think, you know, Ryan is a good wrestler, but the shtick that he plays up is, you know, he's not as good as his brother, essentially. And he's a bit of a smarmy asshat. I think we're going to see him lose. I think the hometown man wins. You agree, sir?
Yeah, we'll agree with that. I haven't been
right.
paying much attention to TNA, so.
Yeah, all right. But next, you know the names. Sammy Callahan, Mike Santana. Okay. I think it has to be Mike Santana because...
Yeah, Mike Santana should win. He got fucked over.
Mm-hmm. And I think Santana is going to beat Trick for the TNA title. That is going... I think that's what's going to... Yeah, that'll be the coronation. Then, another match that I'm surprisingly really excited for. It's the Elegance brand. So we've got Heather and Ash by Elegance and the Personal Concierge. They're the, you know, tag team champions taking on the Iconics. Iconics now go by the Inspiration. So Cassie and Jessica and Fallon Henley and Jasmine Nix. Holy shit, not JC Jane. So they're actually letting Jasmine wrestle. Maybe I was wrong with what I said earlier. I should have just waited a little bit, but she got out of the doghouse pretty quick, I guess. And Li Ying Lee and Zaya Brookside. You know, we just put the, you know, the like-minded together. It seems like anybody that has... Oh, are you from any other country besides United States? We're going to make you guys a tag team. Kabuki Warriors, The Bar, you know, like it always, the League of Nations. It just feels so bad.
They've done that. So.
The women are not going to lose in a fatal four-way after they've held on to the Knockouts World Tag Team titles for this long. Elegance brand, Heather and Ash are retaining. That's my guess.
We'll go with what you said here.
You think in the Elegance? All right. I'll give it to you. Leon Slater, Cedric Alexander. This is one that I'm most excited for. I've always liked Cedric and said that he is very undervalued. That man has, if you go back and look at what moments that he was involved in, like he has delivered some fantastic work that people just never gave him the credit for. Especially during the COVID era, like he was out there killing his body for nobody, not a single fan in the arena. Like this poor guy just, he had it rough. And I like seeing that he's going against Leon Slater. He's the new TNA X Division champ. We saw the arc with him taking the belt from Moose. Moose now going against Trick Williams for the TNA World title. I think Leon Slater retains here, but I think Cedric is going to come very, very, very close to winning. And they're going to have a stipulation match at Bound for Glory, probably in, you know, something with the X Division, you know, Ultimate X maybe, but we'll see. Granted, I think Leon Slater wins.
Leon Slater?
Yes.
I'm gonna go clean sweep, defend you here, and agree with you again.
Damn, look at that. I trained you well. And then Trick Williams, the current TNA world champ, stealing it from Hendry, taking on Moose from the system.
Trick will.
Yeah, Trick is going to retain. That's all there is to it, because let me tell you what. I mean, I get it. It's going to be a damn good match, and Moose is going to put him through hell. He's gonna beat that boy's chest, and just it's gonna be a whooping. I thoroughly see a whooping coming. But Trick's going to retain so that he can take on Mike Santana and Joe Hendry and whoever else bound for glory, and we'll see what happens going forward. But granted, I'm excited for this show Friday night, so we will be live Friday night for the TNA Emergence review. We'll see if Spaz is able to join, but Cody will be here. I've got some stuff coming up with Liz. I've got some other stuff in the works, so we've got stuff planned, and I've got a lot of time on my hands while I don't have both feet. So I'm going to be putting a lot into the channel, and let me know, comment suggestions. What do you guys want to see that we currently are not delivering on? What's something else or something different that you would like? Let us know. Comment down below. Tell us what you would like to see. Give us some creative input. Let us know also your scores in the chat for NXT last night, and what match you're most excited for this Friday's Emergence show. And then Saturday we'll be live after the AAA Triplemania show. So we will go ahead and be there, and we're going to be trying to take calls that show as well too, which would be great. If the technology decides to work with us, it would be a ton of fun. So make sure you go ahead, and if you could please follow me on TikTok, I would appreciate it greatly. I try not to ask much from the audience, but it would help us out a great deal. We are streaming live there, so thank you to everybody that hung out with us on TikTok, and I appreciate everybody over on Twitter. Cody, my good man, thank you so much for everything. Please tell these lovely people where they can find you.
You can find me over on my Twitter or X, whatever you like to call it nowadays, at Judgment Day Era. You can find me over on my YouTube, which I still haven't posted gaming content yet. I know Jake was blowing up my phone all day about it and said get to it, or I'm going to...
You said blowing up your phone, not blowing your... Gotcha.
Oh, yeah. There's a difference, I guess. But...
I mean, you could have your Uncle Jack off a horse, or you can have your Uncle Jack off a horse. You know, it's context, and you know it matters.
Context does matter. Remember that, folks. You can also find me over on my Instagram at Cody_Onidi_316, and we're gonna figure out this microphone situation.
We are indeed. If we need another damn adapter, we're sending you on a Best Buy journey. It might have to happen.
I don't know if would another adapter do anything, or?
Yes, what it is I think it needs power to come from the phone. I'll explain it afterwards, but any event, guys, thank you so much for hanging out. I hope you all have a great night. Make sure you check out Spaz Phoenix. We'll have the State of Wrestling up later on tonight. And then, as I said before, we'll have the UCR podcast tomorrow. We'll be live Friday and Saturday, so hit the like button, subscribe. Make sure you're checking out all the notifications. It's Jake.CountdownEnded on TikTok. We're also on Spotify, so you can go ahead and look for us there into somewhere. Search and check out the podcast if that's somewhere you like to be. You know, I always see F4W's videos. What's a Spotify? I don't know what it is. I'm not that much of a boomer, but I'm getting there. It's bad. You can see us on Rumble and on Twitter and Instagram, all at Countdown Ended. The Instagram, the TikTok, all of it's getting stuff on it. I'm trying more, so we'll see how it all goes. Thank you, everybody. Have a great night. I hope everybody does well. Stay sexy, and we will see you next time.
Screen light flicker, Jake sitting low. Foot wrap tied like a story untold. Cody's voice cracks through the digital haze. Two guys chasing wrestling's maze. Broken foot, but the show rolls on. Jake's pain sings a quiet song. In the sun, where we all fall. Wrestling room Jake and Cody calling it raw, into somewhere breaking the wall. Eclipse a suplex, dreams and chair shot screams. Fans in the chat throwing wild extremes. Jake's got crutches but his spirit won't bow. Cody laughs, Jake wipes his brow.